Hey, what's up, guys? Dream Like Mike here, and I've got a very interesting news story for you guys today. Not as much a news story as just kind of an event. After its 11-year run, Microsoft is finally shutting down production of the Xbox 360. The head of Microsoft's Xbox division, Phil Spencer, had this to say: "The realities of manufacturing a product over a decade old are starting to creep up on us." The console first went on sale in November of 2005. So yeah, it's almost 11 years old. It's gonna be 11 years old this year. So you can't really consider them selling it anywhere past that. I mean, I don't. The PlayStation 3 came out in 2006, so I'm sure they're gonna be ceasing production of that very soon. It's coming up on its, I believe, yep, its 10th anniversary. So we're talking about consoles that are over a decade old each. It's about time that they stop making them. The PlayStation 3 might be continued on a little longer, considering that it's only sold 80 million units compared to the PlayStation 2's 150 million units, but it did catch up with the Xbox 360, so I think they're probably going to call it quits pretty soon here, seeing how they discontinued the PlayStation 2 worldwide in 2013, so it had about a 13-year run compared to the 10-year run that the PlayStation 3 is about to do. So I really don't see them continuing it that much further because they're not going to get 150 million sales. I mean, the PlayStation 2 is pretty much that, like, I wouldn't want to say flash in the pan and flash in the pan. Oh fuck. And but I mean, it kind of was. I mean, it was a great console. Don't get me wrong. That was one of my first game consoles besides the Nintendo 64. And I mean, it was great. I played it until 2008 when I got my first Xbox 360. But back to the subject, they are going to be selling off all remaining like units, but they aren't going to be producing any more that's done. And I completely agree with this. I mean, honestly, Microsoft is just going to be wasting money at this point because I've never heard of someone like in the past even like 2 years say, "Hey, I'm going to go buy an Xbox 360." So I mean, it's definitely the right move to make business wise, and I can see why they're just trying to move on and focus on their main product, the Xbox One. And to top it off, the Xbox 360 sold 78 million units, and that's pretty nuts. I mean, it's nothing compared to the PlayStation 2, and actually, like I said, the PlayStation 3 is actually caught up to it. But I mean, still, that's pretty nuts. 78 million units, and you gotta imagine how much they're selling them for. I'm sure they definitely turned a profit off these Xbox 360s, and it's definitely cool to say that there's that many people that own an Xbox 360. And to put it into perspective, 78 million people, that's almost a quarter of the United States population. So, I mean, think about that. With this, Microsoft is also talking about cross platform play, and one of the first games that's going to be doing this is Rocket League, which is pretty cool, which is pretty much opening up a new door for everyone that owns a PlayStation and an Xbox to play games together and kind of wage a little online war. I mean, I played Street Fighter V, which was pretty sweet, and it like cross-platform play with PC and PlayStation. I was playing it on PlayStation, and I didn't like the fact that you like could barely add people on PC, and like it was weird. Like you couldn't find people that you like played games with and whatnot. But I mean, it was still pretty cool. What you had to like use the like interface within the game to add people and all that, like challenge people and go through the entire like menu system. I wasn't that much of a fan of that, but I mean it worked. So I don't know if they would have to do that with every other game, but honestly, it seems really awesome. Microsoft didn't have that much to say about it, and they said that they're going to kind of continue the subject at E3. I'm not sure when they're going to bring this platform out, but I'm pretty sure it's going to come sometime within either 2016 or 2017. And this kind of brings me back because I got my first Xbox 360. Well, not first. This one actually lasted me until I got my PlayStation 4. And I got it in 2008. Never had any problems with it. Never any like weird mechanical red ring of death. None of that. It lasted me that whole time. And just looking back, it was some of the best times of my life. I mean, I was, I believe, like 11 or 12 when I got it. So it was just amazing. My first game was Fallout 3. Yeah, I know my parents bought me Fallout 3 at 12, whatever. And it just blew my mind coming from the PlayStation 2. Like, these graphics, it's like, oh my god, this is like photorealistic to me. And I remember getting a bunch of games. Call of Duty World at War, one of my favorite games to the date. Fallout 3, pretty much my favorite game to date, and it just opened a whole new door. And my friends, they didn't have it yet. I was one of my first friends to get a 360. One of my other friends had a PlayStation 3, and it was just kind of cool because I had a PlayStation and we would all just sit around and watch it, because it's like, whoa, Xbox 360, we're in like 6th, 7th grade. It was just like nuts, like blew our mind. And I remember just like coming home on days like after school, middle school, and just playing Modern Warfare 2 with one of my best friends, and it was just awesome because it's like, all right, he's at his house, I'm at my house, and we're both just playing games. And it was really fun on the weekend too. I remember like getting up at like 10 in the morning and just running straight to my console, and it just brings back a lot of good memories, like walking up to the store, getting like a pizza or something, and then going back and just playing Xbox with my buds. So I mean, Xbox 360 played a really big part of my life. I mean, all throughout like middle school and parts of high school. I mean, I remember in like 8th grade just sitting around playing like Call of Duty Black Ops, and just how big of a deal it was to everyone at school. I don't know. It was just really cool for me, and I really hope a lot of other people had the same experience with the Xbox 360 or even PlayStation 3. Anyway, guys, that's been me, Dream Like Mike. If you want, share your experiences with the Xbox 360 down in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a like. I'd also appreciate comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. And this one's for you, 360. Have a good one.
Stay gold.